And you are enjoying it, but it's almost like you're looking at it from a technical point of view.
Yeah, you're analysing it too much. Yeah.
And then when you watch something and it blows you away, it's kind of like, oh God, never thought of that before, sort of thing.
Yeah. And it's difficult if you're on gigging with someone. Depending, you can't really. It's very difficult to enjoy comedy as a purely audience member if you're on the gig.
Yeah.
Because you're either going on after them, in which case I'm nervous and I'm thinking about the gig and I'm watching what they're doing, how the audience are reacting to various things that they do. If there's any topics that we touch are quite similar, I'm then editing what I'm going to do in my head. Or you're on after them and then all you're thinking about is how your gig went, and then so that's difficult. So I suppose if I now go and see someone where I'm just a completely audience member, I do really enjoy it, and I do just kind of sit back and just let it happen, because I know there's I'm not involved in that night at all, so I can just completely relax and enjoy what I've come to see.
Do you find that when you can enjoy music better? I find music good because it's like I don't know much about technical side of it.
Yeah.
But I find it's weird. I find my taste in music like quite cheesy. Mm-hmm. Where if it was the equivalent to my taste in comedy, it would be like 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps and stuff.
Yeah.
When I find like when I talk to like people that are proper into music, they're like, you like Bon Jovi. And that's the equivalent of somebody saying to me, "Oh, I like Mrs. Brown Boys. You must like that because that's comedy."
I think it's. I don't really mind, like, because I like Bon Jovi as well. I quite like cheesy stuff music, and then.
But yeah, you wouldn't like the equivalent.
I don't know. Well, I don't see. I might not like it, but I appreciate people that do like it, and I appreciate. It's like McIntyre. McIntyre's I think McIntyre is at the absolute best at what he does. Like there's stuff where you watch it and there's no other comic that I'll watch that I'll go, I wish I'd thought of that, because it is a masterclass in picking apart human behaviour and watching it and going, oh Jesus man, of course. It seems so simple, some of the stuff he does, but then I watch it and I don't know if I laugh at it that much.
Yeah. You were saying about you like Jerry Seinfeld.
Seinfeld's exactly the same.
Yeah,
kind of going, my God, and I've like there's a video on YouTube of Seinfeld where he picks apart a joke he's written.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, where he writes it and he talks about he always writes it in yellow pads because apparently that helps you remember it more, and he did, it's that kind of, and watching him do it is just incredible in terms of. There's so many streams that come off it, and I think there's certain comics like Tom Stade's one of them as well. I think Stade's one of the best in the world, hands down. And I remember talking to Daniel Sloss about it, and Stade did a thing about Groupon.
Yeah.
So he's got a full routine about Groupon, and I had a couple of jokes in Groupon, but the way Stade's done it, that's Groupon covered now.
Yeah,
right, that's it. That's it's the definitive Groupon routine. Nobody else can touch Groupon now because he has picked apart every single aspect of it and talked about everything. And I think there's Seinfeld's done the same with like Halloween. There's like a Halloween bit that he does where he just takes. And it's everything about Halloween, absolutely everything. And there's a joke or a comment on every single thing, and so that's that bit done. Just covered, and that's the genius of that kind of comedian.
Across the street, I lie in wait until sundown. I saw it happen, I saw you murder. I watched the knife as it went down into the breast, and now you're running around and around, running for cover. Oh, I'll soon discover dead in the street. Oh, Einstein was right. snuck you into my darkness. Veil is frozen, headlights can go over. Oh, Einstein was right.
One thing I asked Stephen was, you find sort of having kids in a family changes your sort of cynicism, and he kind of said it made it worse.
Yeah, it probably does actually.
I thought it would make you more happy, so you'd be less kind of funny. Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't really, because I found it made me more of a bastard. And I don't know, like, you don't get much sleep, so it makes you a lot grumpier. Yeah, I don't think it certainly didn't. It made me happier.
Jimmy Orr said it's like being on coke, but without the fun part.
Yeah. It makes you happier in terms of your life, but in terms of on stage, you probably moan a bit more, because you start to become a parent, and you start to notice things that you never would moan about at all, because you never even think about it before. Like fucking like people that, and it was something I never even realised happened. Like people that park in child and parent car parking spaces now,
Right.
and it's not even like it annoys me. Like I'd fucking kill them, because it so restricts my. It's like, because you need those parking spaces.
Does it make you have sort of more respect for audience members as well, because how much of effort is to get a babysitter to arrange a night?
Oh
out?
yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of. I mean, to go out to a comedy club now is an expensive. Once you add on, I mean, to go out anyway now is an expensive night out, because if you're going for a meal and then the price of drinks, price to get into somewhere, taxis home, if you've got kids, babysitters, it's a fortune. So,
do you ever have the sort of empathy? I kind of think for people that don't find you funny, because I sometimes think, well, to them I'm just a man saying horrible sentences. Like, it must be quite difficult to be like, why is everyone else laughing? This is personal stuff. This happened to me, and he's making, you know what I mean?
No, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I suppose I've never really thought about.
I always tell them I'm going to pray for them.
I've never really thought about what it would be like to be an audience member that didn't really understand why everyone else was laughing. It must be a bizarre experience.
I think Stuart Lee said something about that. Yeah, like everyone's laughing, but it's just to them it's not funny. But it's also that self-indulgent thing as well, being offended of wanting everyone to know.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, I remember there was this thing that happened to Ben Norris over Christmas, where there was a woman who. He was closing a gig, but he was coming from like another gig, so he was doubling up. So he only got there just to go on stage, and then he was talking to people in the audience, and they talked to people who had already been talked to in the night, and referenced a couple of the same things. And a woman came up to him afterwards, and said, "We didn't really find. All my friends found you hilarious, but I didn't find you funny because you spoke to those people who had already been spoken to." And you didn't really talk about things that I wanted to hear about, and that's the kind of arrogant audience member you get now, and it's normally younger people, because of this society that basically everything's about yourself now.
Yeah,
like everything, like you're constantly portraying yourself online. You're putting most of the fucking photos you take are of yourself. There's a selfie folder in the iPhone now, and you're kind of going, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, no other generation has ever had this amount of pictures of themselves.
It's like a reverse Truman Show. Like, the guy in the Truman Show didn't want the world to revolve around them, but these people do.
But people absolutely love it, and you spend your day telling people what you're doing online constantly, and it's a bizarre, egotistical world that we live in now, and there's surely not enough spaces for this amount of egos. Were
you sort of when you sort of met your wife, did you find that you had the same sense of humour, and that was important?
We've got a very, very similar sense of humour.
Have you ever dated someone without a sense of humour who's not found you funny?
People have not found me funny. No, I don't think I could. That my my psyche couldn't take that. No.
I think it would make the sex interesting.
It would, yeah. It'd be, yeah.
Tell me I'm not funny, I'm going to come. That kind of thing.
Have you ever dated someone who's found you not funny?
I've dated women who they've said what they watch and they've made jokes to me, and I've been like, you think that's a joke?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm in trouble, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, because at first, because they're maybe quite attractive, I thought they were quite cool and quite genuine, and then you realise a lot of their humour, a lot of what they think is funny is just passive aggression, and that's the worst for me, when people think they're being funny but they're just being passive aggressive.
Yeah.
We was talking about this. You ever seen Jeff Innocent?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about this on Friday night, and he had he's got an idea that he's developing, and it's like about like deal breakers in relationships, and or even like not just like man and woman or partner relationships, like friends, family members, all this kind of stuff. So, like if you met a girl and you're really into her, except for the fact that she really, really loved a certain band.
Okay.
And that would be a deal breaker. Like you kind of go, oh no, I can't deal with that. Like I love every other part of you, but that overawes everything because you just
yeah. Coldplay would be. I think, yeah,
what if you met a girl and she was perfect in every way, but she was a bit racist, but not like heaps racist?
No,
heaps racist.
Yeah,
oh,
heaps
that's
racist.
Yeah. I guess it racist towards who though?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
I got a racist lap dance once. Tried to make this into a routine. I was speaking about it with Bruce. I think I was getting out a lap dance, and halfway through she asked me if I voted, and I went no, and she went, well, I voted for the BMT. Sick of all these racial slur coming over here stealing our jobs, but at this point she's about to reveal her breasts.
Yeah.
So I sort of agreed with her. Now I'm slightly turned on by racist women. Like when they kind of want to be racist, I'm like, oh yes, that's nice. That's disturbing, isn't it?
She picked a bad time to reveal it as well.
I know.
Oh,
and who asks if you voted during a lap dance?
I know. Yeah.
Bizarre.
Just making conversation.
Maybe that's how they do the polls now. That's why the last election they were so fucked up. Yeah. They were purely polling and lap dancing clubs.
Yeah. They poll, you know.
What I was going to ask you is, I forgot my question. So that's not good, is it?
No, it's not. What's your favourite Woody Allen film?
I really like Woody Allen.
Okay, that's another bad question. What's your favourite Stanley Kubrick film?
My favourite Stanley Kubrick film? Probably Full Metal Jacket.
Do you not like Woody Allen because of his personal stuff?
No, I don't have. I was going to say I don't have any problem with personal stuff, but I do. If anything, that's my favourite part about him. I've never got into that.
Even a stand-up?
His stand-up, to be fair, his stand-up I do enjoy. His films, I just don't. I've never found them that funny. I've never got into them. It's the same with like Laurel and Hardy stuff. I've never found that particularly great.
You also feels a lot of pressure on you to find it funny because everyone's
yeah. And maybe years ago I would have gone, oh yeah, I love that. Whereas now I go, nah. Like I really like Carry On films, and a lot of people would go seriously, but I really find them funny and I really like them. But
I can finally say this now. I never found Bill Cosby funny.
Yeah.
I always found him too clinical, too logical, not like Richard Pryor's emotional.
Oh, yeah. Richard Pryor, phenomenal.
Whereas Cosby's a bit sort of clinical a little bit and sort of.
And he's a bit rapey as well.
Yeah,
that would be
a little bit.
Yeah.
Jesus. But yeah, I've looked at Bill Cosby stuff because like the podcasts I listen to and the comedians doing these podcasts, and a lot of them obviously being American, talking about how amazing he was and how he really set standards and stuff. And then you go and look at it and you're just like, it's funny, I guess, but I don't know. Never did it for me.
No, that never really.
He's no George Carlin, put it that way. Do you know what I mean?
Also has that thing of being clean and talking about and lecturing people and being offensive, but just being